Our top story this hour is over the Brexit chaos, which may ultimately lead to Theresa May's exit. She faces a no-confidence motion in the British Parliament tonight. According to British media, 48 no-confidence letters against Theresa May have already been submitted. 48 is the number of letters required to trigger a vote of no confidence. The Conservative Party has also issued a press release. It said that the vote of no confidence will be held between 1800 to 2000 hours. The votes will be counted immediately and an announcement will be made later in the evening. So while the British Prime Minister was in Brussels trying to win fresh concessions, the legislators were clearly lobbying to submit letters to Graham Brady, who is the chair of the 1992 Committee of Backbenchers. Remember that Brexit is less than 4 months away, and under such circumstances, a change in leadership could further complicate the process of Britain's exit from the European Union. Now, as Theresa May faces a Tory revolt, let's take a quick look at how the British media is reporting the latest developments. The front page of today's Daily Express reported in big bold letters that May faces mutiny in Brexit. The newspaper claimed that plotters have stepped up their bid to oust the Prime Minister after she scrapped Tuesday's vote. The Daily Mail's headline read, "The vultures are circling." The newspaper reported in big bold letters how the hammer blow comes after she was rebuffed by Europe over last-ditch bid to save Brexit deal. The Daily Mirror was an exception. The news outlet chose not to focus on Theresa and Brexit, instead choosing to report on drug addiction. The Daily Telegraph's headline believed that Theresa May is facing her moment of reckoning. The newspaper reported that former Northern Ireland and Environment Secretary Owen Paterson has become the latest Tory MP to submit a no-confidence letter. The Guardian ran a full-page report on Theresa's meeting with European leaders, but highlighted how the Prime Minister faces new threat at home. And finally, The Times reported how May is putting on a brave face despite the Tories' preparation to deliver a fatal blow. So, the latest news is that this chaos over Brexit may ultimately lead to Theresa May's exit, as she's facing a no-confidence motion in the British Parliament tonight.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
And according to British media, 48 no-confidence letters have already been submitted against Theresa May, and 48 is the number of letters required to trigger the vote of no confidence. The Conservative Party has also issued a press release stating the same.
We will therefore defer the vote scheduled for tomorrow and not proceed to divide the House at this time. I set out in my speech opening the debate last week the reasons why the backstop is a necessary guarantee. The customs element of the backstop is now UK-wide. It no longer splits our country into two customs territories. This also means that the backstop is now an uncomfortable arrangement for the EU. If the backstop ever does come into use, we now...
Staying with the news at the moment, the chaos continues over the Brexit deal as May faces a no-confidence vote. The question remains, will the Brexit confusion actually continue as the no-confidence vote begins from 1800 to 2000 hours in the evening? MPs have already submitted letters to Graham Brady. The Conservative Party has also issued a press release, and it said that the vote of no confidence will be held between 1800 to 2000 hours. The votes will be counted immediately and an announcement will be made later in the evening. And that is according to Indian Standard Time tonight.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. With permission,
while the British Prime Minister was in Brussels trying to win fresh concessions, the legislators were clearly lobbying to submit letters to Graham Brady, who is the chairperson of the 1992 Committee of Backbenchers. So we all know that Brexit is less than 4 months away, and under such circumstances, a change in leadership could actually complicate the process. As far as Britain's exit from the European Union is concerned,
the customs element of the backstop is now UK-wide. It no
And
longer splits
as
our
we all
country
know,
into two
Theresa May has
customs
already met
territories.
several European leaders, including German Chancellor Angela Merkel, in a bid to rescue a Brexit deal. Interestingly, Theresa May also got stuck in her car after she arrived to meet German Chancellor Angela Merkel.
Alternative arrangements that make use of technology could be put in place instead.
As Theresa May faces the Tory revolt, let's also take a quick understanding of how the British media has been reporting the latest developments. We've had front pages of Daily Express reporting big bold letters that May faces mutiny on Brexit. The Daily Mail's headline read that the vultures are circling. The newspaper reported in big bold letters how the hammer blow comes after she was rebuffed by Europe over last-ditch bid to save the Brexit deal.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And with permission, I'd like to make a statement on exiting the European Union. We've now had 3 days of debate on the withdrawal.